is equal to 0. And then I'm going to just show that technically I'm multiplying by x times x minus 1, but that's just going to go to 0. Notice that now I just have a quadratic, and because it's equal to 0, I can just use the quadratic formula. Oh, nice. Okay. Sorry, just getting caught up on the chat there. All right. So I have 2x squared minus 9x minus 35 is equal to 0. X is going to be negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And we're not factoring here, we're just finding the solutions. So we just need to solve for x. We don't need to move stuff around after. So like we did when we were factoring. So negative 9 plus minus the root of negative 9 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 35 over 2 times 2. This is all equal to x. X is 9 plus minus, okay, 9 squared is 81 minus 4 times 2 times negative 35, negative 280. Remember, if you end up with a negative number under your square root, you have no solutions, and that's okay. That can definitely happen when you have quadratics. And that's all over 4. In this case, we're okay because we're going to have 81 plus 280 under our square root. So x is 9 plus minus the square root of 361 divided by 4. Square root of 361 is a beautiful 19. This is 9 plus minus 19 over 4. So we're going to have 2 solutions, right? Because we know a quadratic, we're going to have 2 solutions, right? We're going to cross the x-axis in 2 spots, and usually they're different spots. So we're going to have 9 plus 19 over 4, or x is 9 minus 19 over 4. Right? 2 solutions. 9 plus 19 divided by 4 is 7, or 9 minus 19, I'm just doing it on my calculator, over, 9 minus 9, come on, 9 minus 19 divided by 4, only because it's been lagging when I switch things around. Negative 10 over 4, or if you simplify, negative 5 over 2. It's a lot of work, right? Yeah, it's a lot easier. The hard part, I would say, right, once you're familiar with the quadratic formula, which is going to take some work, but I assure you, there's so much practice, so much quadratic formula practice on the practice test that by the end of that, you should be just kind of, okay, here we go, I know how to do this. The hard part is finding that common denominator, right? And forcing that common denominator, right? I'd say that's the hard part. And then making it look like a quadratic formula. Okay, now we know what we're doing. Awesome. We've got a little bit of time left. Any other questions that you want to go through? So I do, just as a heads up, I do have office hours today and tomorrow between 12 and 2. It's usually just me hanging out alone. So if you're available, then Otherwise, I'm happy to set up a time outside those times as well. Uh, yeah, as soon as you see an equal to 0, it's like, oh brother, here we go, quadratic formula. But that's good. That's where I want you to get to, right? As soon as you see an x squared and an equals 0, oh boy, here we go again, quadratic formula. But it's going to serve you so well if you are really, really comfortable with the quadratic formula. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, if you wanted to set up a time, so the test itself, I'm going to cut the, let me see here. Maybe, oh, nope. How do I get back there? I'm going to see how many questions there are. Can't show you the test, obviously, but let's see. I have 33 questions, but it's safe to say that probably the last 3 are line questions, so probably about 30. The reason there's so many is because usually I would have, question 1, A, B, C, question 2, A, B, C, right? So that's why there's so many questions, which I know it's annoying, but yeah. So I'll have to change that up a little bit, but roughly 30 questions. Oh. It'll wake you up or put you to sleep. It kind of depends. All right. It doesn't seem like there's any more pressing questions, but like I said, if you do want to meet up and go through some, yeah, as long as you're caffeinated, can do anything. If you do want to meet up and go through some questions, just let me know. Okay. Yeah, just the class time, so you'll have the full 110 minutes, and then I'll give you an extra 10 minutes after that. But of course, if you have class after that, you'll need to be a little bit faster, but that should be plenty of time to do the test and upload your work with those extra 10 minutes. Good. Awesome. I'll stick around, but if you don't have any questions for me, I'll let you go and I'll see you for the test on Thursday. And I'll be here in the Zoom room if you have any questions. If you don't have any questions, you don't have to be here. You can just do it on your own, but I'll be here just in case. And sometimes it's nice to just be in the room.